So I've been a barber since 2014. I've done thousands of haircuts. I've seen thousands of clients, just myself, but also in my barbershop. And I wanted to make this video to kind of explain the process that I went through and thinking about how clients are loyal or how they're not loyal, and kind of maybe break some beliefs for you around client loyalty. So in this video, I'm going to cover why you think my clients might not be loyal and what you can do to help strengthen the loyalty that clients have to you. So the other day we got a 5-star review on Google, and I don't know, something made me want to just click on the guy's profile, because in Google you can, when somebody writes a review, you can click on their Google profile and you can actually see all the reviews that they've ever written for any place that they've been to that they chose to write a review for. And what was interesting was when I clicked on this guy's profile, he had wrote us a 5-star review, but 6 months ago, he had wrote another 5-star review for a different barbershop in our area. And I was like, wow, clients are not loyal. But, and throughout the rest of this video, I'm going to explain why maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But I think the better way to think about client loyalty is what I'm going to cover in this video. So when it comes to client loyalty, one thing that I used to say to myself is, first, I've kind of gone through this process, and maybe this will change over time. But I used to say clients aren't loyal, like, period. And I think that's just because I was starting out in the industry. I wasn't that good, so I'd be losing clients to other barbers in the same barbershop or other barbershops. So I used to say clients aren't loyal. And then when I opened my own barbershop, I started at a barbershop. I worked for somebody else. And after about a year, I went and opened my own shop. And my shop was about 3 miles, somewhere between 3 and 5 miles from where I was working. And so about a 5-minute drive based on the way our city's laid out. But so 5, maybe 10 minutes with traffic out of the way. And when I opened my shop, like, some people followed me, but I would say about half the clients that I had didn't. And so that's when I started to have this mindset of clients are loyal until it becomes inconvenient for them. And then that's when their loyalty starts to get tested. But now, actually, I heard the other day my favorite definition of loyalty, which is what I'll share with you. So,
hey, if you're finding this helpful and you want my help personalizing and applying this to your situation, then go to skool.com/barber-mastermind and join my community. It's full of other barbers and hairstylists that are looking to make more money just like you. Hope to see you there. Now back to the video.
Loyalty is what somebody is willing to give up in order to maintain that relationship with you. So for some clients, they were willing to make the drive to come see me at my new barbershop. Some weren't. So some clients were less loyal than others, because it depends on what they are willing to give up, right? It's because you'd be surprised. Some barbers get this ego, like, I'm the best barber in the city, and nobody can touch I gotta do the best fades, the cleanest lines, whatever. And then they leave that shop that they're at, and then they go down the street and they lose half their clients. You have to keep in mind, like, clients usually, not always, but usually when they're looking for a new barber, they're gonna start in an area that's close to them. Because as much as it might hurt your feelings for me to say this, convenience matters to clients a lot more than your skill as a barber. Some clients will drive across town to come see you, but in my experience, that is pretty rare. You can have a barber leave the shop and go right down the street, and they lose almost all their clients. It happens all the time. So don't think that, if you leave a barbershop that you're at now and you go down the street, that all your people are going to follow. Even if you're 1 mile away, you'll be surprised at how many people don't follow you. So time is a cost, is a factor. So if you are moving to a different barbershop, even if it's in the same area, you might be a little bit more inconvenient now to your client. So the question is, are they willing to inconvenience themselves a little bit more to come see you? For some people, the answer is going to be yes. Some it's going to be no. But there's other factors that test client loyalty, such as if we go back to the definition of what somebody is willing to give up, well, maybe you didn't move barbershops, but you end up raising your price. So is somebody willing now to give up more of their income to maintain that relationship with you? Some will be yes, some will be no. And another thing I think to consider when it comes to loyalty is that you're not going to be able to keep every single client forever. It's not a binary of whether clients are loyal or they're not loyal. It's a question of really how long are they going to be loyal? Because either something is going to change with you or your business, or something is going to change in their life. And at some point, you may lose that client, and it may have nothing to do with anything you did, because clients move away, clients die, clients may lose their job and now they can't afford your services anymore. Maybe a barbershop that's just as good as you or better opened up right by their house and is a lot more convenient. So there could be a lot of things that have nothing to do with you that could be affecting your client's loyalty to you as a barber. So keep in mind that it's really not a matter of if clients are loyal or if they're not loyal. It's how long are they going to be loyal? We develop relationships with our clients as barbers. Some of us even becomes friends, but you have to keep in mind that it started as a business transaction. They probably weren't just coming in the barbershop looking to make friends that day. Like, they came in probably because they needed a haircut or some other service. So at the end of the day, it's a business transaction for them. As a barber, you have to keep that in mind. If somebody stops coming to you, it's not necessarily like, don't take it personal, right? And definitely don't, if they're coming to somebody else in the same barbershop, definitely don't make them feel bad about that, because guess what's going to happen next time you're busy? They're just not going to come back, right? Because now you made them feel like crap for trying to support your business, your barbershop, but you were busy, so they went to somebody else in your barbershop, and you made them feel like shit about it. So guess what? Next time you're busy, they're just not going to come back at all. They're going to go to a completely different barbershop, and now your barbershop just lost a client, not just you. So when it comes to client loyalty, basically you can try to reverse engineer. So how do I make it as easy as possible for people to continue the relationship with me? So ideally, you don't want to move, right? You don't want to move barbershops if you can help it. Like, if you're in a bad barbershop that's slow, you're not making a lot of money, yeah, I'm not going to tell you to stay there. But just keep in mind that if you're in a good situation, you're busy, you're making good money, I mean, why leave, you know? Every time you move barbershops, you lose clients, period. And I think this is where a lot of suite owners fail, is because they have a bunch of clients when they left wherever they were at, but then, and they open their own suite, and then life is good for the first 2, maybe 3 months. And then those clients start to drop off, right? Because now it's like, maybe they came in the beginning to support you, but they realize, like, this is kind of like really out of my way now, you know? It's not as easy to book with you because you have a completely different system than the barbershop you were going to. I mean, there's a ton of reasons why. But basically, if you want to reverse engineer, how do I make clients more loyal to me? Then you want to try to make it easy to maintain that relationship by changing as little as possible. So don't move barbershops if you can help it. Try not to change your schedule. You know, if you got to raise prices, but any change could potentially affect or test that loyalty that clients have to you. So keep that in mind. You will probably lose clients if you raise prices. Now, how many clients you lose kind of depends on how the amount of the price increase. It could also depend on the types of clients you work with, how often you raise prices. Are you raising them like every month? Do clients feel like that new price is worth it? Like, are they willing to part with more of their hard-earned income in order to maintain that relationship with you? And depending on how well you treat them, and then the value that they feel like they're getting for their money is going to be your answer. Like, I can't tell you how many clients you're going to lose if you raise your prices, because it ultimately depends on those factors. So keep this in mind when it comes to client loyalty. It's not a matter of if clients are loyal or if they're not loyal. It's how long are they going to be loyal to you? And you can help influence that by trying to make doing business with you as easy as possible and being better than the barbers around you and the barbers in your city. The second you start changing things, you start moving around, it's going to test that loyalty. And you may end up making your clients feel like maybe I should check some other place out. When it comes to client loyalty, it's not a if clients are loyal or if they're not loyal. It's how long are clients loyal for? And you want to make it so they don't even have to think about whether they should keep coming back to you or not. So hopefully you found that helpful. Client loyalty is something that is simple to think about, but in practice could be a lot more difficult. But the better you are at giving them more reasons to stay loyal to you, the busier you will be. Hope that helps. See you in the next video.